Welcome back to Milk and Honey Oracle, where we tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Today's reading is brought to you by the new to me concept of Amor Fati. I've been obsessed with this concept ever since I heard about it, and I thought it would make for a really good reading. In short, Amor Fati is a Latin term, and it simply means to embrace your destiny. It's about accepting and loving where you are, what's happening to you, seeing the challenges and the blessings that life presents to you in the same positive way. So that's what we're going to base our reading around today. I have a little bit of an outline. Just a reminder to take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. So let's dive in. First, we want to start with, where is the collective struggling to accept their fate, or where might they feel resistance? If you're anything like me, there are definitely situations, people, thoughts, concepts that you may resist a little bit, and whether you realize it or not, it could absolutely be holding you back from where it is that you want to go. So let's find out where it is you might be struggling with your fate or feeling some resistance. First up, we have Lumeria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. What I get here is that your resistance is in believing that what you want for your life can be a reality and or is already happening for you. Maybe you're in denial. Maybe you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. What you want, you can create. So what you think of is already existing on some level, some other realm of time, and you just need to take small action steps every day to continue to bring it into more of your reality in a crisp fashion. Don't resist what you're seeing. Don't doubt yourself. That's a big one. A lot of times we doubt what we believe because we don't trust ourselves. We need to trust ourselves. You, that voice inside of you, that inner knowing, that should be your beacon of light for every decision that you make, every direction you choose to move forward in. Believe that you are creating heaven on earth. The next card that we have here is Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Once again, I feel like this is just as much for me as it is for you. Likely this is speaking to those of you that are watching that potentially have a gift. Maybe you too want to read cards. Maybe you're intuitive, you're a life coach. You have a message to share with the collective in the same fashion that I do. We all do, and many people are waking up on the planet at a rapid pace. And it's normal to doubt your thoughts, your intuition, yourself, to think that what you think that you have to say wouldn't matter to anybody else. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. Your message is meant to be heard by somebody. And just because you may not be recreating the wheel, it may not be a brand new idea, doesn't mean that there isn't an audience out there who is meant to hear your message in the way that you are going to speak it, in the way that you perceive it and transmute it and then convey it to the collective. This reading is telling me that right now you are the resistance. You are doubting yourself, your mission, your gifts, and you need to start to accept all of that to continue to move forward. And the last card for this question is Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. This lines up beautifully with the other two cards. You have the gift. You are the oracle. You are the one who is meant to convey that message, whether it's through your words, through writing, through videos, in some sort of physical capacity. Your message is meant to be heard by the collective, and you need to stop resisting that this is your path, this is your purpose in some fashion. You may not know what exactly or how exactly it's going to play out. The first step, and that's okay, the first step is to start to believe in yourself and have faith that your message is meant to be heard by other members of the collective, is needed to be heard. You need to speak your message to the collective. All right, let's switch decks. This is actually a new deck of mine I just got by Rebecca Campbell called Work Your Light. And so far, I think it is pretty fantastic. All right, so next we want to know what lesson is hidden within the experience of resisting the messages that we just heard. What lessons do we need to learn through our resistance? What lessons do we need to accept through our resistance to our fate? Okay, first up, sacred reverence. This is just further validation. That key, that heart, trusting your heart, trusting yourself, that is the key to you moving forward on the path that you are meant to go on. And I realize that many of us were never taught or shown great examples on how to trust ourselves, how to open our hearts. That's not an easy thing to do. But the key to you finding faith within yourself so that you are confident and comfortable enough to share your message is to open your heart. That's the key. Keep your heart open, have faith in yourself, trust yourself, and take one little step at a time to get to your mission. Next, we have the divine matrix. And this just tells me everything in divine timing. Everything is interconnected. What you're hearing, what you're learning, what the universe is putting in front of you that maybe you've never had recognition of before, it's all part of the divine plan. Each one of these are little pieces to a much greater puzzle that we're not necessarily meant to see the entire puzzle at this point. We're just supposed to have faith in ourselves and the small steps that we take so that we can get to the whole puzzle. But you're collecting pieces and building this puzzle at a rapid speed. And the last piece of validation here is ears wide open. This potentially could be for some of the collective that is clairaudient. But what I really believe is that there are messages hidden in things that you experience every single day, whether you're hearing it on TV, you're overhearing a conversation, you're in line at the store. There are little tiny messages in everything that you're hearing. And it's not necessarily telling you to be nosy or to start, eavesdropping on everybody's conversations. What I think it's more about is being present where you are, and also being present where you are enough to quiet your mind and listen to the voice that's inside of you. That voice that's inside of you is going to guide you where you need to go. It is never going to steer you in the wrong direction. It is never going to lead you down a path that is not for your highest and greatest good. So keep your ears open, get quiet, stay present, and continue taking those tiny steps, and you will banish that resistance little by little every single day. And you may not notice the progress as you take those tiny steps. When it comes to spiritual work and trusting ourselves and loving ourselves and being one with who we are, being authentically who we are, you don't always get the reward of seeing the work that you're putting in one fell swoop. Oftentimes it's very small, insignificant things that you may not even notice. But then at some point along your path, you'll stop and you'll look back and you'll see the entirety of what it is that you've been working on. And it'll be at that point that you realize just how far you've come from where you were. The best advice I can possibly give you is just keep taking those tiny steps. You will turn around one day and realize that you no longer have the resistance to what it is that you're working towards. And just to recap, circle back, what I'm getting from these cards is that the lesson that is hidden within this experience is that you're being divinely guided and divinely orchestrated. And all of the answers that you are currently seeking outside of yourself can be found within. If you just be present with who you are, your authentic self, keep your ears open to hear the messages that are within you. That is the lesson that you need to learn at this point. Okay, next up, we are going to see what are the positive aspects of your fate that you are overlooking or not appreciating in this particular Amor Fati. I just love that concept. It goes hand in hand with gratitude. It reminds us that everything that we go through, everything that we experience, it is meant to get us to our final destination. We may not always see the bigger picture in the Amor Fati, but everything is for a reason and everything is beautiful, even if it doesn't feel like that at the time. And I think this is a perfect segue into the first card that came out, which is the why card. I'm sure that is a huge question for you. Why me? Why now? Why is it moving so slowly? Why isn't this happening? Why isn't that happening? That is the beauty of Amor Fati. Maybe we ask the questions of why, we get quiet, we open our ears, and we try to find the answers. Maybe we'll be given them, maybe we won't. I think part of the beauty of this journey is not knowing the why and having the faith to move forward anyway. We may not always understand the why, especially while we're on the journey. The why may not become obvious or evident to us until we are much further down the road. But I think finding the faith to keep moving is one of the positive aspects of this journey. So ask the question 1000%, but keep moving anyway, regardless. If you get an answer, you don't get an answer, keep moving forward. Flexible is the next card up. I think that's another good answer to what are the positive aspects. I know a lot of clients of mine who have woken up used to be very regimented control freaks, myself being one of those people. And one of the harder lessons that I've needed to learn is to be flexible with what comes at me, that the beauty is not in the control. The beauty of this world, this existence, the purpose that we're meant to live, the journey that we're on is being flexible, is taking the things that we didn't expect and embracing them. Again, completely in the spirit of Amor Fati. And last, we have chaos and conflict. And to me, this just speaks to, it goes hand in hand with everything we were talking about, but chaos and conflict speaks to, it may feel very chaotic for you and you may be conflicted. I am actually getting that this particular card could be speaking to a viewer who has woken up or is starting a spiritual journey, but maybe comes from a religious background that was a little bit more restrictive than being spiritual. And there could be some conflict in embracing this new concept that has been introduced to us. There are lessons in that chaos. There's lessons in that conflict. And those lessons might be setting boundaries, learning, to live in your authentic way, embracing who you are and loving yourself anyway. This journey is never without chaos and never without conflict, but there's a reward for sitting in it, for processing it and moving through it. Asking the question why can absolutely invoke chaos and conflict into moving forward, trusting our authenticity, being confident enough to be authentic, to live our purpose, to move forward. The key here is to be flexible through those situations and to remember that you are divinely guided and you will not be pulled through something that you won't be better for getting through. Okay, and our last question, or second to last question actually, is what does surrendering to Amor Fati look like in my day-to-day life? How might this embracing the unknown, the challenges, the blessings, all as equals, how might that show up in your day-to-day? And how might you want to respond to those situations so that you can be the best version of yourself? All right, so I'm using my Rebel deck to answer this question. This deck is blunt and to the point, but I felt like it was fitting for where we need to look at how surrendering to your fate shows up in your day-to-day. The first card up is a lightning bolt. The Rebel deck says, figure shit out on your own. And very bluntly, this does go with the entire reading, all of the cards that have come out. The best way to surrender to this journey, Amor Fati, in your day-to-day, is to go within, get quiet, listen to yourself, ask why, but ask yourself why. Do not ask an outside source. Everything you need to know is within you. You are the key to figuring this journey out for yourself. Next up, we have fuck fear. It will lie to your face. And if that isn't the truest statement, fear will hold us back every minute of every single day. Our brains are pre-wired to keep us from fear, to protect us. So our brain will tell us stories, will invoke anxiety, and will talk us out of something that it perceives as a fear. But everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear. And if you take nothing else from this reading, take that you will not be led down a path that is not for your highest good. Trust yourself. You know the answers to your questions, know the direction to go, the steps to take better than anybody else. You are the only one that you should be listening to. And the last one is Rebel. And it says, because fuck it. And I feel like that goes with the chaos and conflict. It goes with the ears wide open. This is reminding you that despite your current situation, despite any apprehensions that you may have about moving forward on your path, you need to be the rebel. You need to be the one who says that my desires, my inner voice is more important than what anybody else is going to think or what anybody else's opinion is. Be the rebel, do it for yourself, be authentic, live in your solitude of knowing that you will not guide yourself somewhere that you don't belong. Oh, this is such a great reading. These cards are phenomenal today. And last but not least, we have, what message does the universe have for the collective as they embark on the journey of embracing their fate and saying, fuck fear. This is another cute little deck. It is called Inner Fucking Peace, and it is adorable and it is great. And it is going to help us identify what messages the universe has as we embrace fear, become a rebel, and start to live in our Amor Fati. Okay, let's see what we have here. First up, Carpe fucking diem, YOLO. You only live once. You can listen to that fear in your head tell you all day long that it's not a good move, it's not going to make sense, you're going to get hurt, etc., etc. But that's the chatter in your head. That's not you getting quiet. That's not you using that key to open up your heart and listen to yourself. You listen to yourself, you're going to seize the day because you know that we only get one shot at this and you want it to be the best that it can possibly be. Carpe fucking diem. Next up, make me one with everything. He was frank with me. This is a little weird. However, the message that I'm getting is you want it all. You want to be the most powerful creator of the life that you want to live, that has all of the things that you want in it. You want to create one with everything. This is how you're going to do it. You follow these steps, this is how you're going to do it. And last but not least, we have take off the shit colored glasses. Find your new normal. Every single one of these cards validates the one that came before it. Take off those glasses. Stop telling yourself that this isn't meant for you. These are fear glasses. 1000% they are fear glasses. Take these off. See the truth. Make what you want your new normal. Embody a little bit of that person that you want to be every single day. Small steps every single day so that you can seize the day and make it your new normal. This was a great reading. This is the concept of Amor Fati, embracing where we are, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and learning to live it. I hope that you were able to take something from this reading. I personally think it was a great reading. Very excited to hear your feedback. And until the next time, Amor Fati.